Hello, thank you guys. My name is Derrick Broze. I'm a concerned citizen, independent journalist, and a representative of the Houston Freethinkers here to talk about something. I want to thank Telemundo for coming to this short press conference that we're going to hold after this. But you guys are all being passed some information that we were leaked to my activist organization, Houston Freethinkers, that I'm a part of. We were leaked these emails back in April that show. They came from a local police officer that show that our group, Houston Freethinkers, has been monitored by the Houston Police Department. There's also a picture that's going along with those that was leaked to us about 2 weeks ago, showing the Houston Police Department holding a training session where you can see, if you look at the image when it comes to you can see a screen that says the Houston Freethinkers on it that shows our YouTube videos and a couple of our members there. And the information we were passed on to here briefly, it says that the officer that was part of this training session said that you would think that we were a violent organization. They were forced to watch videos on us, having to keep my mouth shut. I support HPD, and he's basically contacted us out of concern for the Houston Police Department wasting tax dollars, resources, and time on an organization such as ours, which is completely public and completely peaceful. We build community gardens, we hold benefits for different organizations. We definitely do protests and talk about controversial things, but everything we do is completely legal. So we've been leaked this information, and we've been promised that there's more information to come as well from the Houston Police Department leak. And we're just here to find out answers on this. I tried to ask you about this about a week ago, Mayor, as you were on your way out, and we didn't really get a chance to talk on that. So I'm just curious as far as what information you guys may have, if it's news to you, and what we can do about it.
Thank you. Does that complete your statement?
Yes, it does. Basically, I just, if I would like also to be noted by the news organizations that are here and anybody listening, watching this, the silence that passes through City Council whenever these things are spoke about. And I chose to come here to do my job as a citizen because in trying to ask the mayor about this on the street at public events, she runs away from me. And I'm just curious, how we get to the bottom of this. Why
Mr. Broze,
activists
Mr.
are
Broze,
not to be concerned about HPD.
You stuck a camera in my face, I think 5 times.
Three.
Am I wrong?
3.
No, there's been more than that.
3 times.
At U of H, at my campaign headquarters, or rather at my campaign kickoff, again, recently, I think.
There's 3. I've got it in mind.
Great. And every time you've done that, I've given you the courtesy of answering, but you talked over me, interrupted me, and badgered me. Do not say I ran away from you. I had attempted to engage with you, and when it becomes apparent that you're not interested in what I have to say, then I do walk away from you. I have no idea
I'm not going to answer anything
what
about
this
fluoride,
is.
and you walked away last time. That was your exact words, Mayor. I'm coming to you as an independent journalist. Just because you don't like the questions I ask, it doesn't mean.
And I'm telling you that you can't say that there's been silence when you don't want to hear what I have to say. I have no idea what this is, and so until I find out some information, I'm not going to respond.
And that's all I'm asking. When I did show it to you, you said you seem surprised. I will give you that. When you were walking in the car last time, you said monitoring, and you seemed surprised by that. So that's why I'm coming here. I told you I would that day that I would come here to bring information. And that's what I'm doing. All I'm asking, because I will be seeing you out at public events in the future, because I get paid to write articles, I get paid to do interviews, and you are one person. That's fine, but I'm going to keep coming to the questions that people ask me. Because some people may buy the facade that you put on, but not everyone does. And all I'm asking is to find more information on this, because I have activists, gardeners, and people who are concerned in the community who now are afraid to get involved because they're asking me, what does that mean that the Houston Police Department is holding training sessions on us? These are people who put in gardens, and they want to know why their tax dollars are being used in this way.
Councilmember Christie.
Derrick, just the first statement, the mayor's a pretty open person, very transparent, so you're going to get a lot more with money than vinegar. So, and I agree with a lot of your stands. So I'm going to request some kind of response from HPD on the accusations there, because this is a pretty open administration, and I'd like a response on that.
I appreciate that. Is there any way to go directly to the chief to talk to the?
It'll come from the chief. Because, that's a pretty strong accusation, but if it's true, I want a response to where it'll help y'all in free thinking.
All I'm looking for is something to put people at ease. Me personally, I'm not worried about it. I'm going to be an activist regardless because I know I'm within the law. But there are people who are concerned and they ask us to come here. So the images are there, the words are there for you guys to look at yourself. And if you can find anything else about it, we're going to continue asking questions and it's going to be on the nightly news tonight. So
we will get a response. And honey works better.
I got you. Thank you, Councilman Christie. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys.
This is the first time I've heard of this. I don't know specifically. Is there anything you're requesting? I mean, because it seems like based on the information you provided that the YouTube videos are posted for public view.
Everything, that's the whole point is everything we do is completely public. We have a very big social network presence and we use it to our advantage as getting the media here, as you can see. The problem and the question is why is our group being specifically targeted? And in the officer's words themselves, he says that he would think that we were a violent organization. He said that we should also be aware that we might be infiltrated by undercover officers that attempt to garner intel. And things like this. I also have other emails that I have not released yet where they say that they refer to our groups like ours as know-it-all groups and that we believe we know the law. And the quote was, "You think you know the law, but we know it better than you." So, I mean, it seems like citizens who do know the law, we hold Know Your Right training sessions all around the city, encouraging citizens to get with the Texas Civil Rights Union, the ACLU, to learn their rights when dealing with police officers. And if that's a threat to the police department, we should look into that.
Mr. Broze, because the information you provided, it seems like it's this writer's opinion that they're saying that you could be infiltrated. It didn't say that you are, or that's going to happen. So there is maybe that person's opinion. I'm not taking one side over another.
This is a police officer's opinion.
Sure.
And the second picture, you can see the police officer who took the picture was actually in the training session. That was less than 2 weeks ago.
And I'm trying to just understand what the nature of the training could have been, talking about crowd control, and because I think you said you do have public demonstrations, so they could be talking more about the type of crowd. We have been having an increase of Houston police having to respond to managing, they could be a labor protest, it could be other type of, so I don't know what the nature of the training is, but I appreciate you bringing
That's
this
what we're trying to
forward.
find out as well, so I appreciate your comments.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obviously, it's the first time I have personally heard about it, so that's why we're here, is to listen and allow for members of the community to come forward. Obviously, the organization is doing community work and shouldn't be under investigation for anything. Then obviously, that's something that the police department needs to consider, that they're not involved in any type of criminal activity or anything. Obviously, we're just reading partial information, so we still need more information, and hopefully that information comes forward and we could find a way forward. And they're doing community work, and obviously they have a right to exist and obviously operate their organization the best way they see fit, and they shouldn't be under investigation.
Sé que es la primera vez que lo escucha, pero ¿qué ha pensado? ¿Cuál es su opinión? Pues es la primera vez que lo escucho. Obviamente siempre hay que navegar una trayectoria un poco difícil porque obviamente...
So tell us, why are we here? What led us here?
I'm here to represent the Houston Freethinkers, try to get information, get more awareness around the situation that has developed where the Houston Police Department appears to be holding training sessions regarding our activist activities and other activists within Houston. So we're trying to find out exactly why tax dollars are being used to monitor our group and hold these training sessions that are apparently militarized tone, that they're telling officers that we're know-it-all groups and just telling them to be more, I guess, aware of the law so they can make arrests on us.
Why are you concerned if you're not doing anything wrong?
Well, my concern specifically is for others in the community. Me as an activist, I'm aware that these things take place. It's been going on since the 50s or 60s. The government, local agencies have been monitoring activists, but people in our community who are involved in gardens, who are involved in benefits, have come to us and asked if they're going to be harassed by police officers. We have Houston Freethinkers shirts, and people are wondering, am I going to be harassed walking down the street just for wearing this shirt now? People are afraid, and we want to know why, because, like I said, we're a peaceful group. Everything we do is on Facebook, on the internet, it's public, there's nothing to hide. So, in our eyes, this is a waste of tax dollars. It's a waste of my own money that's being used to monitor me.
All right, and what kind of activism are you doing?
We hold protests, we do independent media reports, we build community gardens, we hold benefits for different causes. We also have a house where we do free documentary screenings, we do free classes on how to cook, how to can your own food, how to brew your own beer, all kinds of things. Everything we do is about community building.
So, what necessarily are you doing activism on?
Any topic in general. The group itself is about building like freedom from a community standpoint. So whether it's the police state oppressive police force or fluoridation of the water or genetically modified foods, health issues, we always try to find a solution that's within the community. Mainly we try to get people to find their own solutions in their own lives instead of looking to government for answers.
Okay, and so, I mean, with this information, were you surprised that someone stepped forward in front of the HPD to do this?
I would say that we're surprised that there's officers out there that are willing to offer this information to us, and we appreciate it, but we weren't surprised to find out that we were being monitored. We've been around for 3 years now. We've been on every news station in the city. We've been on international news. We've helped kick the TSA off the Houston Metro. We've confronted the mayor several times, so we're very sure that they know who we are. It's just, I guess it was somewhat of a surprise for an officer to leak this.
Why go after the mayor like this? I mean, she said she responded back to you. She said it was more than 3 times. You said it was. I mean, she said it was 5 times. You 3 times, and it said there's like a bad blood here. Why is that?
That's somewhat unrelated, I would say, but to me, I'm just doing my job as an independent journalist. The mayor's up for re-election, and so every event that she's been holding publicly, we've been going there to ask her legitimate, real questions that are not being asked by her supporters or by other media in the city.
Like what?
Is she willing to do anything about the Houston Police Department officer who has murdered 2 people since 2009? Is she willing to put pressure on the DA or the chief of police? Also, is she interested in medical marijuana in the city? She was just the chairwoman of the Council of Mayors in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago, where they signed a resolution calling for decriminalization basically in the city. So I asked her about that. That's a legitimate question. I asked her about gun rights, and I also in the past have asked her about water fluoridation. That is the main reason she runs for me. Last time I saw her last week, as soon as she saw me, she put her bodyguard in between me and her, and then started running away and said, "I'm not going to answer any questions about fluoride." Before I even had a chance to say anything. So I'm being treated differently than you or anyone else who would come to her ask questions. It's because softball questions.
I mean, I can understand why.
It's not anything specific to the mayor, is what I'm saying. It doesn't. I hope that people don't take it that way. It's about any politician that is out there that's supposed to be leading us and doing something for us. It's our job as citizens to question them and to ask them real questions. And if we notice that the media isn't doing the job, then that's what we as a group encourage people to get up, to grow your own food, to become the media, to get involved in their own lives, to get involved in the community. So that's what it's about. And I'm doing my job. Is that I don't like the questions that are being asked or not being asked. So we go out there and we ask them ourselves. And as she said, I guess I'll be seeing the back of her head more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else you wanted to say?
Just that, if anything, that activism isn't a dangerous activity. If anything, more people need to be activists in their life. They need to get active in their own life, in their own mind, in their own community. And we shouldn't be afraid to have to do that in our community. We shouldn't be afraid that the police are watching us and monitoring us and following us around just for speaking our minds.